right there off the top of the dome, and that is the Denver Broncos. Guys, because when you look at the Denver Broncos, they walked into the season with lofty expectations. After ending their playoff drought last year, many believe this was the year that the Broncos could push towards the AFC upper echelon, right? But so far, the script has been a little bit messy. So far, Bo Nix in his second year is finding out just how difficult it is to be an NFL quarterback and when he's underneath the microscope. Opponents have had a full season to dissect this tape. His weaknesses are showing. Meanwhile, the running backs are, they're still averaging 100 yards per game, while the veteran additions on offense haven't delivered quite the expectation turn on investment. There's still some upside if you're a Denver Broncos fan. Their defense, which was elite, top 3 scoring defense, first in sacks, first in defense in EPA in 2024, has consistently shown that form is swindling and being volatile. They're not very good right now, AKA. And we cannot ignore what is biting them in the butt as well. The Broncos lead the NFL in offensive penalties. They have been plagued by self-inflicted wounds week after week after week. So guys, when you look at the Denver Broncos, I'm going to give you some points of how why you would think they are pretenders or they're actually contenders. And we have to start with the red flags, right? That stuff that suggests that the Denver Broncos is pretending to be a contender when they're not quite there yet. They have had epic fourth quarter collapses. They've blown late leads against the Colts and the Chargers. One of the biggest critiques from ESPN that Denver is inability to close out a glaring trend. They need to close out damn football games, period. The defense is terrible. The defense looked elite during week 1 versus the Tennessee Titans, but who hasn't looked elite versus the Tennessee Titans? They give up big plays and lapses and losses. They give up turnovers. They turn the ball over time and time again, and they got big mistakes from Bo Nix. Now, he has had moments, but he is also showing growth pains. Earlier in his rookie season, last season, he had career high, right? He had career highs, this. Yes, I know it's a rookie, but, he was playing top level. Well, guess what? So far this year, he has a career high as well. 3 interceptions in 1 game. And turnovers have haunted them week after week after week. And the offense has been consistently inefficient. The Broncos are converting just 32.4% of their third downs. That's 27th in the league. And when you're going 3 and out more often than you'd expect, you are in some serious troubles. Now, over their last 20 regular season games, the Denver Broncos have gone 2-8 in one-score games. That tells you all I need to know right there. Their mental edge in tight moments sucks. Guys, if you want a team to be a contender, you do not lose games like that. Competitively 2-8 in one-score games, that is tough, baby. But there is the other side of the coin. And yes, there is the but. Denver can't be dismissed quite yet because they still have pieces and, most importantly, time. Their track record and resilient is still there. Last year, they started 0-2, and they still made the playoffs. Granted, it was help from the Kansas City Chiefs, but they still made the playoffs. That shows that there's fight built into this roster. And let's just be honest. Their schedule gets a hell of a lot easier. Yes, week 5, they do play the Philadelphia Eagles, but then they draw the New York Jets and London. Then they play the Giants, and then they play the Cowboys and Texans and the Raiders all in succession. Only one potential winning team on that schedule moving forward. And then there's potential upgrade for defense. Yes, their defense is, quote, top tier right now. Projection of their 2025 ceiling at 11-6 under floor at 6-11. This defense is still being the biggest wild card. Head coach Sean Payton continues to back Bo Nix publicly, telling him, just keep firing, buddy. Despite the early struggles, despite the interceptions, keep firing the ball. You're going to fill it out eventually. Even with their flaws, they did just beat the Bengals squad. Yes, they're decimated without Joe Burrow, but their defense showed flashes when it can still be, a.k.a. shutting down Jamar Chase. So yes, they have enough talent to breathing in that room. If they tighten up, this thing can flip. But here is my take about the Denver Broncos. Right now, guys, the Denver Broncos are pure pretenders. Their play doesn't match the hype. losing 2 close games, making mistakes, lack of consistency where it matters. They're not done yet. They're not broken yet. If they can stabilize this defense, if they can reduce the mental errors, let Bro Nix grow back into his role and take advantage of the softer schedule, they can absolutely, quote, re-enter in the contender label. But right now, guys, the Denver Broncos are the biggest pretenders. They're overrated. They're overhyped. So stop all this nonsense of winning the AFC West. Stop all this nonsense going back to the playoffs and beating whoever. Stop all this nonsense of Super Bowl contenders. They're not there. They weren't there last year. They won't be there this year, and they won't be there the following year. Guys, the Denver Broncos are trash. But let me ask you guys this. Are the Denver Broncos the sleepy contender ready to wake up? Or are they fooling us as pretenders? Guys, drop your takes in the chat. Let me know what you see. Who's riding with the Broncos or who is hopping off the train? Guys, don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and that bell icon to make sure you are here every time we go live right here at youtube.com/manhour. Now let's dive into your comments and see what you guys are considering. Because right off the bat, George Lucas says Denver is not contenders. George Lucas knows all about not being contenders with the New York Football Jets. George Lucas knows what a good team looks like and not the New York Football Jets. Shade? Yes, my bad, George Lucas. But the truth of the matter is, guys, many people out there are buying this Denver Broncos hype based off last year's defense. He had an easy-ass schedule last year, let's just be honest. And this year does get a little easier, but right now, when you're playing top teams, when you're playing the Bengals, when you're playing the Raiders and the Chiefs and the Colts, right? No room for error. No room for error. And Alpha Rob says, let me be clear as day as this. Let me be clear as day with this. Pretenders, pretenders, pretenders. Alpha Rob, say it again for the people in the back. The Denver Broncos are pretenders. You hear that, Peyton? You hear that, jack off Mark? You guys hear that? The Denver Broncos are pretenders. How much more clear can we make it? Now, on the flip side, let's